Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here and I welcome you all to a very important video. You know, many people have been asking me about what could be the impact of such strikes or war on Indian stock market. Well, this is a very important video because here we are just wanting to analyze the past and try and predict what could be the future. We as Indians, we have our own set of emotions and I need not express it right now. Everyone knows what we are going through right now. But if I were to just have a pure play analysis on what has happened in the past and try and predict the future, that is what we are going to do in the video today. We are not going to mix our emotions with our analysis, right? Just a quick disclaimer, this is a shoot and release video, so just in case if I fumble upon something, just in case if I say a wrong figure, then please don't forget to check out the pinned comment and the description where I will rectify myself, right? What we are going to do is we are going to try and analyze few events in the past, not all events in the past, and based on that we'll try and do our analysis and try and predict what could happen in the next few days. So let me share my screen, and first and foremost let's analyze past events. First we'll analyze what happened during the Pulwama attack. It happened on 14th of February 2019 and how market reacted on the immediate next day, that is 15th of February. We had a small cut of just 0.2%. 2 days back to back we saw a downfall and that was the bottom of the market, and market actually resumed its upward journey. So a person may say that okay, after such attacks 1 or 2 days we may see some pain, but after which market bottom is formed and market starts going up. If I were to analyze what happened as a response to these to the Pulwama attack, these were airstrikes in response to the Pulwama attack. It happened on 26th of February 2019 and that is the reason why we are going to check what happened on 27th of February 2019. Market was down by just 0.26%, 2 days back to back red, and then again it resumed its upward journey. So one person may say, acha, based on these events we can say that okay, 1 or 2 days there is pain, after which market starts going upwards. But let's not conclude, wait. So this is a zoomed in view. Let's zoom out and understand where we were during 2019 during this attack. So if I have a zoomed out view, you can see this is where the attack happened, February 2019. And if you see, we were in an uptrend. So you can see a high, low, a higher high, a similar low, again a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. So we were in an uptrend. So what is the important point? In spite of the attack, did we change our trend? Did we change from an uptrend to a sideways or a downtrend? No. This is where the trend got changed, and this is during COVID. This has got nothing to do with the attack. Okay. So what did we understand? Main point, from a zoom out view, from a longer term perspective, trend has not changed. Okay. Let us understand 2016 attacks, what had happened back then. 2nd Jan to 5th Jan, we had faced the Pathankot attack. And if you see here, it was a deep cut, 2% market had fell down. And if you see here that the downfall had continued. So this is something which is different from what happened in 2019. If you remember, during the 2019 attacks, market went down by 1 or 2 days, after which it resumed the upward trajectory. But during 2016 Pathankot attack, market continued its downfall. Okay. Let's also understand what happened during the Uri attack, 2016, 18th of September. And that is the reason why we are going to check what happened on 19th of September. Market was in fact up by 0.33%. 3-4 days, again, just a kind of up move, and then again market started going down and down and down. So here a person may say that, acha, now we are saying that 2-3 days here and there, but ultimately market is going down. This is very much different as compared to what we saw in 2016. How did the market react to the response to the attack, which was a surgical strike? Here you can see on the surgical strike day, which was 28th of September, what market reacted on the immediate next day, 29th of September, it was down by 1.76%, came up a little bit, and again the market continued its downfall. So a person may say, in the zoomed in view for 2016, market is trying to stabilize for 2-3 days, but it is actually going down after that. Exactly contrary to what we saw in 2019. But then again, as a long-term investor, we should not just zoom in, we should have a zoomed out view. And what should we check? Very important discussion, please pay attention here. This is where we were during the Pathankot attack. Okay, 4th of Jan 2016, this is the day. Okay, where were we? We were in a downtrend. Here you can see high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high is where we had formed, and that is the reason why ideally we were in a downtrend and the trend continued. So is this surprising? No. Okay, so just don't go by the fact that our market went down. We were already in a downtrend and that is what got continued. Did we see a nice recovery after that? Yes, but wait. This is where we can see that we tried to challenge the previous high, correct? Was the previous high challenged? Yes. Were we able to surpass that? No. And we were at a very, very key juncture, and this is where the Uri attack happened. So were we at a resistance? Yes. Did we actually fail to break the resistance? Yes. And immediately after that, we had to face the Uri attack, and that was the reason why again we saw a collapse and market went on going down. Okay. So what is the important point here? During the previous one, which was a Pathankot attack, market was already in a downtrend. We continued that. During the Uri attack, we were at a very key resistance level, and that is the reason why market could not sustain. If you remember this big candle, this was a demonetization candle, after which again the market went down. We formed a double bottom, after which markets went up. This is just an additional information. Anyways, important point here is that we were at a key resistance level during Uri attack, and that was the reason why we actually continued our downward fall. Let's understand what happened during the 2008 Mumbai attacks. And if you can see here, now we can see that okay, market was in kind of a sideways trend, a sideways move here, and the sideways move continued. So all three types we can see here in the zoomed in view. In 2019, we saw that markets moved upwards. In 2016, we saw markets move downward. In 2008, we are seeing that market has moved sideways. But again, what is important? Zoomed out view. What can we see here in the zoomed out view is that we were already in a downtrend, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. And this is where we were. Wait. Can you see here? During the year 2006, this is where we had seen a previous bottom being formed, and that is why this is a very crucial support level, and this is where the attacks happened. And if you can see here, post the attack, we did see a recovery. Again, the same level was tested, and then ultimately market moved upwards. So again, can I say, in spite of this terror attack, did we honor the key support level? Yes, we did, right? So I hope you have understood what is important, not the zoomed in view. Important is the zoom out view, what we did for 2019 attack, 2016 and 2008 as well. But then you might be like, okay, these were about attacks. Rachana, what about a war? Has market reacted in a similar way during a war? If you were to think logically, ideally everyone will tell me that yes, during a war market will correct a lot. And if you remember Kargil War, during Kargil War, many people believe that the market went down, but to our surprise, in fact, during the war, 23rd of May 1999 to 26th of July 1999, 26th July, which is celebrated as the Kargil Vijay Divas, that was the day, in fact, when we saw from the bottommost point, market went up to 37%. So this is actually way beyond our imagination, that in spite of we being in the war, actually market, we can say that market might have preempted India's victory, and that, this is just, a possibility that it could have happened. But ultimately, again, against the expectation of a lot of people, that market actually went up by 37% during the war. Now that we have analyzed 3 attacks, 1 war, now question is, what about the current situation, which is the Pahalgam attack? This is where we saw that during the, it happened on the 22nd of April. On 23rd of April, we saw that market was in fact up by 0.67%, kind of sideways, and this is where we are currently right now. But again, important is the zoomed out view rather than a zoomed in view. So again, extremely important point is that if you see here, high, low, a lower high, a lower low, again a lower high, a lower low, a similar high, a similar low, a similar high, a breakout, very important. Now a new high has been established, and if I were to say that this is like a retest, we are already in a reversal zone, a trend reversal zone. So if you ask me, can we just keep on, can we change our trend and go back to the downward trend? Ideally no, because that is what we have seen in the past. In spite of attacks or wars, we have never changed the trend. Have we already reversed the downward trend? Yes, and ideally if the trend reversal has happened, ideally we should continue with this, and we should ideally not go back to a downward trend, is what I understand. So again, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you feel, what would happen in the current situation? But I feel what is the most important key takeaway in this whole video is that we should stay invested at all point in time. I'm sure no one would have imagined that market would rally by 37% during the Kargil War. If someone would have sat on the sidelines, that person would have missed out on an amazing opportunity in the market. So it's very important that we stay invested, very important that we stay updated, and anyone who is wanting to update their knowledge, to upgrade their knowledge. Of course, everyone knows about our website rachanaranade.com. Don't forget to visit that. If you are wanting to attend our live events, I have a live event in Dubai in the coming week, and one more event in Nashik, which is going to be my first ever Marathi event. So all the links you will find in the description box, in the pinned comment as well. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.